Hello everybody, and welcome back to Seraphact Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearance of the Week. This is Wednesday, November 6, 2024. We'll be giving you all the first appearance in your comic shops today. Now this week we got a pretty light video for you guys. I think we have 2 first appearances, 5 honorable mentions, so 7 titles all to go through. There's definitely some books in there worth picking up for your collection. So let's go ahead and get started for the first appearance of the week, beginning November 8th, 2024. First up from DC Comics, Batgirl number 1. This features the first team appearance of the Unburied. Now, like we always mention with the DC Comics, DC really has to do something spectacular with these characters they're introducing in comics to get these characters to be popular with fans and collectors, and to get collectors to really want to hang on to these books long term. This issue does feature the first team appearance of the Unburied. We really don't know at this point whether those are all new characters, or whether or not they're already established characters just being reintroduced into this particular team. Now this here is the premiere issue of this new Batgirl series, but Batgirl definitely not one of DC's more popular, more heavily collected characters, so the fact that they're introducing this new team into this particular title series, DC would really have to do something spectacular with this new team, this Unburied team, to get collectors to really resonate with these characters. So this one here is definitely going to be speculative. Grab this for a spec if you can. If you can't, put it in your B-list and take a look at it later on. And lastly, from Marvel Comics, Kahori, Reshaper of Worlds number 1. This features the first appearance of Kahori, a Native American woman who receives special powers from the Tesseract. Now, in contrast to the DC Comics, we do typically always recommend picking up the first appearance of new characters in the Marvel titles. Marvel Disney is still churning out a ton of media for the small screen and big screen, and you really don't know where any of these characters are introducing in comics. May end up, if they hit the screen, collectors will race back and try to find these first appearances. With these offshoot series or these B series, such as this one right here, this Kahori Reshaper of Worlds, this one here will probably be under-collected when it hits the shelf. So if this character does hit the screen, there's not going to be a lot of these out on the market. When collectors race back to the market to try to find this book, that'll definitely cause a huge price spike due to the fact that there is limited supply. So that's why I say it's typically always worth picking up these first appearances, even if they are these B titles or these secondary titles. Because like I said, if this character hits the screen, gets a lot of collector interest, when people race back to the market, there's not a lot of them out there, you definitely want to be one of the collectors holding this book at the cover price. So in our opinion, this is one you should pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. And now for the honorable mentions. From DC Comics, Absolute Superman number 1. This is the premiere issue of an ongoing series that will take place in the Absolute Universe, a dimension built on Darkseid energy. Now, I'm sure by now you're all familiar with the hype and popularity surrounding the Absolute Batman series. And this here is the Absolute Superman number 1. This is one, in our opinion, you should definitely pick up. We mentioned this in a video about 3 or 4 weeks ago. This Absolute series that DC is putting out, you definitely want to pick up the 3 main characters, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. You definitely want to pick up those premiere issues. Fans and collectors love the Absolute Batman number 1. That book became very difficult to find. It just came out and it already shopped to over $100 in CGC 9.8. And this Absolute Superman here, this may not have as big a run as the Batman, but still one you definitely want to have in your collection. You don't want to chase this down years later for a lot more money. So this is one we do think you should pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Marvel Comics, Negasonic Teenage Warhead number 1. Ellie Feimeister is under arrest. When the Time Variance Authority accuses Negasonic Teenage Warhead of a crime she has yet to commit, she'll have to go on a run to stop herself before the TVA does. It all comes down to a single moment in time, a choice future Ellie must make, which means the present-day Ellie has 1 hour to find Yuki Ohara, her girlfriend from the future who she's never met, kiss her, and save the multiverse. Now we put this one here on the list because this has been getting some attention in media, and this does feature the character Deadpool. I don't know how big of a part Deadpool plays in this particular storyline, or if this is part of the Deadpool universe, but he is included in this particular story. Like I said, we put this one on the list just because it has been getting some attention in the media. Now this one here is definitely going to be speculative if you choose to pick it up. Grab it for a spec if you can. If you can't, put it in your B-list and take a look at it later on. Next up from Boom Comics, Something is Killing the Children number 0. This features the origin of Erica Slaughter, specifically detailing the mission preceding the fateful Archer's Peak saga where the entire story began. This one here is another one we do think you should pick up. Something is Killing the Children. That title series has been hugely popular with fans and collectors. That number 1 issue, that premiere issue, still selling for well over $500 in a CGC 9.8, and this here actually features the origin of Erica Slaughter. Now, origin stories, of course, are not as popular as first appearances, but they are still relevant, and those issues do trade at a premium in the secondary market for popular characters, and Erica Slaughter, like I said, hugely popular series, popular character, huge fan base. So this one here is another one we definitely think you should pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Marvel Comics, Venom War number 4. This features a possible introduction of a new Venom host and the debut of a new suit design as seen on the cover of Venom War number 5. Now Venom, huge fan base, huge collector base, and like we always mention, Venom is part of the Spider-Man universe, which is probably the largest and most heavily collected franchise for Marvel Comics. So you typically don't want to miss out anytime they introduce a new suit, or in this particular instance, a new host for Venom. These are books you do want to have in your collection for the cover price. This one here will be a little more speculative though, because you are specking on this new suit becoming important for the future. If this is a new suit that hits the screen in some fashion, if this is displayed in a small screen or big screen project, collectors will race back to the comics and try to find this first appearance. And if this new Venom host resonates with fans and collectors, this is one you don't want to miss out on. This here is the possible introduction of this new Venom host though, so definitely get confirmation before you pick this up that this here is a new Venom host. But like I said, it does feature the debut of the new suit anyway, so probably worth picking up. So grab this one here for your collection if you can. If you can't, put it in your B-list and take a look at it later on. And finally from Dynamite, DuckTales number 1. We put this one on the list because Dynamite has been bringing back a lot of these cartoon series or these 80s and 90s comic series to huge acclaim. All these series they've been releasing have been incredibly well received with fans and collectors, and now they're starting to release a DuckTales series. Now DuckTales already has a huge fan base and huge collector base, and the fact that they're reintroducing this comic series, in our opinion, this is one you don't want to miss out on. This here is a premiere issue. Now going forward, I don't know how many of the other issues you want to collect, but you definitely don't want to miss out on the premiere. So this is another one we do think you should pick up for your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. So there you have the 7 titles we have for you guys this week. There's definitely some books in there you guys should pick up for your collection. So please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.